What is going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadskii, back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video. And today we're here with a showcase video for one of the other legends that I pulled on the Super Sugo Fest that happened earlier in September. It was going to be Jewelry Bonney. I was really lucky to pull this unit as this character released in late, August. Late August, this character released, and then we had September, Super Sugo came out. This character was only available on part 1, lucky enough to pull her, and finally we're bringing you the showcase because there's been so much content that has been releasing, and finally we can talk about this character. So let's go ahead and jump into the positives of the character, and then eventually near the end of the video we'll go through the negatives that I have with this character. And of course there are going to be timestamps linked down below on the timeline. So let's get into it. Now let's talk about the positives of this character. This character is pretty good in a lot of ways. Captain Effect, there are some positives to draw from it, but I definitely have a lot more negatives that I have found with this unit as a captain. But first of all, generating the recovery slots every time you hit with a super effective hit, that character receives a guaranteed recovery slot in the following turn. It's an incredible ability. It's very similar to Luffy and Zoro, where if you attack with type advantage, you get a guaranteed Wano slot in that next room. But of course, the fact is that Luffy and Zoro have a really low multiplier. This character is a 4.5 times boost to int, and if you have a recovery slot, that character gets a 5 times boost instead. However, it is still a 3.75 times rainbow captain at the end of the day, which is great. However, this character does not have HP boost, this character does not have damage reduction, it's mainly just based around generating these recovery slots. This character doesn't really do that much as a captain. It's like straight multipliers, and then generate recovery slots when you hit with super effective hits. And of course, treating them as beneficial as a captain is obviously useful. So despite the fact that her captain effect doesn't really do a whole lot, and we'll talk about the negatives a little bit later, but she actually has a lot of hybrid opportunities, and like there's even characters that aren't even released yet that this character is going to be able to hybrid very well with, such as Legend Yamato in the 6-star form, and also with Summer Reiju as well. But also the fact that Versus Whitebeard currently released is great hybrid with this character. You'll see a clip of that very soon. Komurasaki 6+ recently came out, also a decent hybrid. Versus Big Mom works very well with Bonney. Also Halloween Law and Halloween Mihawk are both fantastic options because they have inbuilt amazing utility within their captain effects that will definitely help out Legend Bonney in the long run. Specifically Law, because Law is able to proc the super type of Bonney, which allows you to get some incredible abilities with that. I guess let's talk about the super type. The super type of Bonney is very good. So it allows you to remove Fear by 3 turns, the Sailor Despair effect by 3 turns. I believe this is the only raw special ability in the game that can actually remove Fear, whether it be super type or a regular special. Of course, there are limit break abilities that remove it, but to my recollection, I don't think there's like another special that actually removes it. So this is pretty awesome, very, very useful to have. And the fact is, it also does that, but it also gives you a full board of recovery slots. It doesn't go through block orbs though, but of course her special ability allows you to do that anyways. So great combo there. Just a great super type special across the board. And then her regular special is definitely the best component of this unit. So it's quite a lengthy special. It does so many different things. So first of which, it removes 10 turns of special bind and 10 turns of slot bind. Another really unique special removing slot bind. You don't see that too often, but 10 turns of special bind is very strong. Incredible sub utility, and also has fear resistance, meaning that if you would go ahead and get special binded as a sub, she does have fear resistance plus the crewmate ability to resist special bind. So you're pretty much going to be able to get her special ability to activate to always remove special bind as a crewmate. But also, she provides -1 cooldown to the crew when you activate the special, and once again, she has a crewmate ability that can resist 10 turns of special reverse, meaning that if you are inflicted with special bind and special reverse simultaneously, you're going to be able to get rid of that just with this one unit, which is great. And then for some reason, they decided to add 100% defense reduction to the enemy when you launch the special as well. I have no idea why they decided to add that, but it's a nice little addition that this character has. And then of course, as we mentioned earlier, some decent orb manipulation, changing empty, block, and badly matching slots into recovery. So this, in tandem with the super type, allows you to get a full board of matching slots. But then it also boosts your int character's attack by 2.5 times for 1 turn, and then it's a ranging 3 times to a 3.5 times chain lock depending on how many recovery slots have been consumed before you launch the special ability. Like, this character just does, like, way too much. So you got amazing utility, you got with the special bind and the slot bind, you've got the cooldown reduction, defense reduction, orb change, attack boost, and chain lock. Just such an amazing, well-rounded, modern-day special on a Sugofest exclusive character. And this is definitely where this character shines. This character is definitely going to see more play as a crewmate under an extremely powerful captain, comparatively to using her as a captain. And again, I'll talk more about the negatives of the unit in a little bit. But this character has an okay support as well. It only attaches to the supernova characters, but it grants that character a guaranteed recovery slot and makes them beneficial for 1 turn when you reach the final stage, and it also removes 2 turns of special bind on that character as well. I'm not really too sure how useful the special bind removal on the supported character is going to be, but it's just a nice added effect, I suppose. You can have like this and then support VV, and there's lots of ways to generate matching slots on the final stage with support effects now, and this is just another one of those types of effects, which is pretty cool. And just some miscellaneous stuff that I found that was really awesome about this character. A lot of people already know this about this unit, but this character has pretty amazing limit break abilities. First of which we've already talked about is the fear resistance to enable her crewmate effects to activate. One of the crewmate effects is so insane, it includes 10 turns of special bind removal and 10 turns of special reverse in the same crewmate effect. So the fact that those 2 effects are in one crewmate effect leaves another crewmate ability to be activated, which allows recovery slots to be beneficial to all characters. So this character has amazing special and amazing crewmate effects, and you're able to get those crewmate effects to be activated because of this fear resistance. So great combinations here. Plus, this is, I think, one of the first Int characters that actually has Hunger as a limit break ability. This was desperately needed. Int really lacked characters to have Hunger. I think this character released now with Hunger. I think V2 Marco is another super Int character that has access to Hunger. And then eventually, 6-star Yamato is another super type Int character that also has Hunger. So we're now generating these Int characters that have this Hunger removal, because Int, previous to this character, basically had no way to get rid of Hunger except for, you know, generating recovery slots. So I'm really happy now that they have a little bit of an easier time dealing with Hunger, so that's a nice addition. But of course, it's the fact that those particular limit break abilities are relatively difficult to max out, because the tablets of fear and also Hunger are very difficult to get a hold of. So obviously there's lots to love about Bonney. However, let's talk about the negatives that I have found with Bonney. And the major negative that I have found is the captain ability is pretty much awful against non-Psy content, or if you're bringing characters that have a little bit more type variety on your team, but of course those characters will only be receiving the lower 3.75 times attack boost instead. So if you are in a situation where you need to go ahead against mono Psy content, such as this particular clip against the Colosseum page 1, then yeah, Bonney's going to be a fantastic choice for it. But anything outside of that, I found I'd rather use Halloween Mihawk or Halloween Law as the captain if I was running an Int team in general, because those characters provide way more to my team comparatively to what Bonney could. Plus, Bonney is an incredible sub, so you can just use Bonney as a sub under those characters anyway. So it is what it is, right? But I wish that they added an additional effect to a captain effect, like maybe like resisting special bind as a captain, so that if you do use her as a captain, you're able to use her special ability to remove special bind, you know? That would have been a really nice addition to the unit and make her captain ability a little bit more usable, and then hybrids really well with Halloween Law, Halloween Mihawks, adding like special bind removal, paralysis removal, despair removal. Like, Int teams could be going crazy, but not really a big fan of this in particular. I know Halloween Ace already has an effect like that, but it would be nice if Bonney had it just because of her special ability and the whole nature of it. So I just think that, you know, some of the other Int super type characters provide a little bit more as a captain comparatively to Jewelry Bonney. And sometimes I have found that the super type condition is a little bit annoying to proc, because in order to get it to activate, you do need a supernova character as a crewmate for your team. Now, that can be a little bit difficult at times, especially if you want to run a mono Int team. There aren't too many that are Int that are also like extremely good. Obviously, Halloween Law is the free one, because you can use him as a hybrid captain, get the free super type special. And, you know, Bonney's super type special is great, just generating a full board of recovery slots whenever you need them. But, you know, sometimes in order to proc that, it could be a little bit difficult. But I would have preferred it if it was like consume a certain amount of recovery slots in an adventure. I feel like that would make a lot more sense for the character. But other than that, guys, this is going to wrap up this video today. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts and opinions about super type Bonney down below in the comment section. I really hope you guys have enjoyed this video today, and if you guys did enjoy it, make sure you go ahead and leave a like. And if you want to stay up to date with all of the content that I post on my channel, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. But other than that, guys, I will see you guys within the next video.